Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I have a very simple question for you all today, which is, do you think XRP is going to hit an all-time high this year? Let me know in the comment section down below. And today, we got a ton of things to cover. Well, to be honest with you, it's not that many different subjects, but it's a lot of info. For example, we just got an update on the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit late this night. I almost wanted to get out of bed and start recording again, but I was like, you know what? We'll get to it tomorrow because it's not that important of an update. I also want to talk with you guys about the crypto prices, a little bit more about the lawsuit, and then something about the higher ups, basically. Before we get into any of that though, guys, make sure you check out the Bybit competition. A link is down below because there's 50,000 XRP on the line. I've been sharing it a couple of times already, but still, guys, make sure you sign up because the more people that enter, the more money that will be given away for free. All right. Let's take a little bit of a look, shall we? Yes, so in terms of what the crypto market is doing, Bitcoin down about 1% on the hourly though. Everything is in the green, but between 0 and 1% or so for the top 7 here. You can see over the 24 hours, things are up, down, like with small margins just a little bit. But to be honest with you guys, these numbers don't really matter too much as it's so small basically. All right, that is just in neutral zone if you ask me. So over the 24 hours, really nothing going on. Over the 1 hour, it's a little bit more interesting because even though the numbers are so small, the fact that they are recovering now is pretty damn juicy. And if we zoom into it, for example, you can see Bitcoin picking back up the pace, and I've been sharing it for a couple of days now, guys. I am still extremely bullish on Bitcoin, and I still think an all-time high is just around the corner. I have said it before, and I still will say it again. I think the next couple of months are going to be the most exciting we have ever seen. And of course, that's going to also translate back to altcoins, as it usually does. Bitcoin is usually the leader, altcoins usually follow it up, and I think the exact same thing is about to happen. And so, yeah, I'm still bullish, I'm still buying, I still have my long positions open, as you guys know. I'm sticking with it till the bitter end. Now, on the altcoin cap, which you could kind of say is in the same region right now, I mean, it's, from a certain perspective, just moving in the same fashion. It broke out following the bullish flag pattern still. It's a continuation pattern. It's still moving along in the exact same way that we expected it to. The only thing which I'm kind of confused about is how small the actual bodies of these candles are. It's like there's a lot of price action, but very, very little just bodies, basically. You can see there's a lot of volatility here throughout the last couple of days, like the entire week here, or maybe like 2 weeks or so. Where before, it used to just be small candles, small volatility. Last couple of days have been huge in terms of it. Which I think is kind of peculiar. Then again, the pattern is just following exactly how we expected it to do so. And since we haven't really shown any breaks of trend, I'm not really expecting that to happen anytime soon either. And that, of course, reflects back into coins like XRP, which, again, guys, I'm just buying like mad. I don't think there's any reason not to do so. What you're seeing here, by the way, is a little bit fake. You see that it shows that the candle is so huge, right? Well, if you actually zoom in, you'll notice that this, I don't really know why it looks like it went to $1.17 somewhere. The highest that it went to is like $1.10 or so a couple of days ago. I don't know if this is glitched out or what exactly caused it. However, it makes it look even more bullish than it actually is. Then again, I still think we reversed back there and are going to be hitting $1.21, $1.22 rather soon. Again, right now, you might say we bounced, and I'm going to still kind of stand on that we did bounce at the end of September when most cryptos basically took a big turn, because the entire month of September has just been bearish for everything. I'm still guessing that right now we're just hovering around the 0.618 Fibonacci, but once we break and start going, we're going to go hard. Then again, guys, we've not gotten any confirmation, so in terms of trades, I wouldn't really take any on XRP right now, but I think that will come soon, and I'm really freaking excited about it. Now, in terms of lawsuit update, because I got to do my updates every now and then. You guys know it. We have like an update every single day on the lawsuit whenever there's news. I have a new schedule for the lawsuit, but also just this one specifically. Ripple files a motion to seal various redacted portions of their recent filings, as well as exhibits attached to those filings. The SEC objects to the requested redactions and the sealing of the exhibits. So an objection to a seal is basically Ripple wants to hide stuff and not make it public, right? That's basically the easy way to say it. and the SEC is saying no, the public has interest in it, and that can be for a variety of reasons. Now, we can see here what they're trying to hide and for what reason. Then again, you're not going to really inform yourself too much because they can, in theory, right, try to hide it for any one reason they can think of. For example, there's too much personal yada, yada, yada. There's not really interest for people to know this. There's a lot of sensitive information. There's a lot of practical, company information that could give how do you call them again? Those guys which have your competition, basically, that might give them an advantage. You guys get the idea. So you can see regarding the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit, we have the SEC motion to compel and exhibits, which Ripple just did a reply on. Let's see here quickly if there's anything else in here. And there we go, last one. We have the Ripple opposition letter and exhibits. I believe it's just coming down to the fact that Ripple just wants to kind of, get some stuff sealed. I mean, guys, it's not that strange a deal. It's not that big a deal, nothing too crazy. And again, if no lawyer posts about it, guys, I don't really like reading motions to seal, as they're usually kind of the same thing, usually not that important. However, we can quickly check out Jeremy Hogan. Usually he does share it if there is something in the motion to seal which is not to be expected. We can quickly see if we can find something. He says a new fact comes out in this pleading, but that is, again, because of the opposition. Again, not the sealing, because, again, nobody really cares about those. It depends on what the judge is going to consider. What the judge is going to rule. We don't care, let's say it like this. We don't care about the intermediary arguments for why they want to hide something, because you could just literally have any arbitrary reason. We care about whether or not it's granted, which we'll see in a couple of days. But I don't personally think you need to read too far into this one. This is a smaller update for yesterday, though. A new fact comes out in this pleading. The exchange that went to the SEC regarding listing XRP in 2018 had an opinion from a law firm that XRP was not a security. More steroids for the fair notice defense is looking pretty beefcakey. If you guys don't know, this is back from South Park. I think season 2 Beefcake, where he's trying to get buffed. He's going to get really fat. Yeah, I remember that episode really well. Pretty funny. And that was, again, the Ripple defendants filed their opposition to the SEC's request for a telephone conference in order to seek a protective order relieving the SEC of any obligation to respond to requests for admission, which is basically Ripple trying to kind of zoom into the lawsuit to get down exactly what it is about, where the SEC would have to answer 26,000 little questions or so, which is kind of funny. Then, XRP lawsuit. We got here. Oh, by the way, guys, if you haven't done it yet, make sure that you press that like button. I always have a little bit of a goal. Right now for this video, I want to get to about 700 likes. I think that's easily possible if you guys don't press that button, so make sure that you do it, because it helps out with the YouTube algorithm, helps out the channel, why not, right? Now, XRP lawsuit, Ripple asserts the SEC boiled the ocean demand is flatly incompatible with federal rules. The latest development in the XRP lawsuit saw Ripple file an opposition to the SEC's letter motion compelling discovery of recordings of defendants' internal meetings where Garlinghouse, Larson, and other key employees spoke on topics relevant to disputes in the lawsuit. Ripple has argued that the SEC's boil the ocean demand is flatly incompatible with the federal rules. Furthermore, the defense claimed that the plaintiff's request is disproportionate given the massive amount of material already produced in discovery. Quote, the SEC's demand that Ripple review every single recording in the Blue Jeans and Zoom databases for responsiveness and privilege is plainly disproportionate under Rule 26B and collapses the distinction between a search for responsive content and a wholesale review of every recording. I want to kind of come back on this one because yesterday I said the disproportion argument is really whack, I thought, because the judge can easily say, well, it's a $1.4 billion lawsuit. Go do your job. Go do your work. Go search for a little bit. Then again, the way that they put it now, it's like following the request they've basically done. They have to search for responsiveness, which is kind of an overview, a little bit of an easy search instead of like a manhunt for a needle in a haystack. So from that perspective, I can understand if all of a sudden instead of spending 20 hours, you have to spend at least 200 hours. Or let's say instead of 5 hours, you have to spend 200, which can be kind of burdensome. Anybody can kind of guess that's quite burdensome. So I'm going to kind of step back on that one and say we shall see. But I think Ripple has a better standing on this one. Then again, on the motion to seal, by the way, I'm not exactly sure who's looking juicy, right? Just being honest with you. Some people have said I think the SEC has a point, and I don't know. I really don't. And then about this one, Joe Biden reportedly works on an executive order on cryptocurrencies. We covered this in small parts during the live stream, but what we basically have concluded here is that as it currently stands, we think Joe Biden is going to get some rules on crypto done rather quickly. And the big question in everybody's mind is he going to be bullish or bearish? As most signs we've gotten throughout the last couple of weeks are that he's not really that supportive of it. He's mostly just trying to tax it to the freaking ground and let Gary Gensler do his thing. And we all know that Gary Gensler is not the best guy for crypto as of this point. He's definitely a key proponent in the SEC if you're talking about money to grab, but he's definitely not the best guy for crypto development, if you ask me. Even though he knows a lot of stuff, he has a really interesting opinion on the matter. So a new rumor claims that, and this is, by the way, not a real rumor anymore. It's just like officially confirmed everywhere. It's on freaking Bloomberg. It's everywhere. A new rumor claims that the Biden administration is working on an executive order to regulate crypto. If true, it would require a number of agencies to come up with their ideas and submit them to the White House. At this point, the Biden administration did not confirm or deny the rumors, but then again, if we take 2 steps back, this is not actually a bad thing. So even though he's shown some more of a bearish narrative, it can actually be that some of the parties file a very positive ruling on it, and that Biden just adapts it, or at least is going to go kind of move with that notion. We know that the House has to still decide on the infrastructure bill. However, it's been stalled. It should have actually been due at the end of September. Now it's the end of October. It might actually take longer. And we don't know if the definition of broker is actually going to change in any one of these weeks. However, I don't know. I just feel as if it will all be all right. I think the U.S. is not going to take a bet to really kind of mess up crypto to that degree, because why would they? I mean, they're going to lose so much. We've seen China. That much innovation is lost inside the country. That much revenue is lost. And think about it. They have included, guys, think about this really carefully. They have included cryptocurrencies in the infrastructure bill, meaning they already have plans to tax crypto. It's impossible for them to ban it, specifically because they've already smelt the money they can get for taxes. They're never going to take that away. It's only going to get more and more and more, and they know it. The better the adoption, the more taxes that they can get anyway. So think about that, guys. Of course they want it. Of course, of course, of course. And that's, again, guys, why we keep positive, because I don't think there's anything negative coming up. People might speculate for it, but if you think about it logically, those guys just want to regulate it properly where they can make a lot of money. And the best way to make a lot of money is if the rules are quite clear, where a lot of innovation is going on inside your country. So all these companies pay their taxes to you so you can innovate more and have more power. At least that's my thought process, all right? Again, guys, make sure you check out the Bybit competition. A link is down below. We don't need to get to 1,000 people, but I think at least like 400 or so, right? So make sure you sign up. A link is down below. The competition is, by the way, going to start in about a day and a half from now. Be there or be square, I'm telling you. However, you have 9 days to enter if you didn't really want to do it from the start. But the earlier, the better, at least from the start, because you have a higher chance of winning. So make sure you check it out. A link is down below. And I'm going to make a tutorial for a Bybit like a couple of days from now, because a lot of you guys are asking exactly how it works. Then again, trading itself is risky, but because there's a really big reward if you do win, I think the risk is a little bit mitigated. But again, do your own research, check it out, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Make sure, guys, that you put that notification bell on, though, and you might want to check out the links down below for like my Instagram and my second channel. Adios, amigos.